What's up, Ready Nation? What's up, all my prepper family? Welcome to Prepper Talk Radio. We're radio for the ready minded. This is the podcast for the prepared live stream. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Mountain, we go live. And it is probably the most exciting and engaging event of the week. For me, it is. I don't know if it is for you guys. But, man, I love it. I appreciate everyone that's in here already. We've got, like, a full packed room, and it is Thanksgiving week. Welcome, everybody. How you doing, guys?
Excellent. I'm glad I'm not working for the week anymore. I am done.
Lucky.
Yeah, it's nice to have. My wife was saying that her favorite holiday is Thanksgiving because we get to have all the family together, but there's no obligation to give everybody gifts and spend a ton of money. So she loves the idea of having all the family together, and really all the money that we spend is on Thanksgiving. So, of course, with the live, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. By the time you're listening to this, Thanksgiving will have been last week. So we're going to talk a little bit about gratitude and thankfulness as a prepper. So it's a good time to do it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's been an interesting year. There's a lot to be thankful for. There's a lot to be optimistic about. There's a lot to be pessimistic about. I think there's a lot to talk about tonight. A lot of people this time of year start getting overly excited about Black Friday sales and what to get for Christmas. And we'll talk about that. But I think the biggest thing is I am so grateful to be a prepper, to be a preparer, to be ready-minded, right? I think being ready-minded is the creme de la creme of the world of preparedness, because to be ready-minded, you have to have a plan. Not just a single plan, but a plan for different types of scenarios. Just like that fake agency that supposedly helps people in crisis, FEMA, right? They just launder money, apparently. I don't know.
Fake emergency management agency.
Yes. Right? We are our own emergency management agency. We are an EMI, emergency management individual, and it's your responsibility to take care of your own crap, right? And I'm so grateful that is one of my rights and responsibilities as a father, as a husband, as an individual, like to be better prepared and not fear. I think that's the number one conversation I've had with everybody that I talk to that's getting into prepping is they're scared. They're aware of how unprepared they are. They don't know where to go from there. They don't have a plan. They don't have anything, and they're just scared. And I'm so grateful that for a long time I felt peace because I have a plan and preps and gear and different things ready for a lot of different scenarios. And a lot of my personal tragedies have been a lot less impactful because I've been better prepared.
Well, it's not a matter of if a tragedy is going to hit you. It's going to be a matter of how bad is it going to hit you. And is your pride keeping you from having it be as mitigated as possible because you're like, well, I'm not going to be ready for, that's the more ready we are for life's tragedy, well, sometimes they can be considered tragedy. I guess we are the ones who decide whether it's a tragedy or not. Like you have that question that you've posed several times, Shane. It's like, if you're prepared for it and an emergency happens, is it really an emergency if you're prepared? And that's a really good, that's like one of those philosophical questions that you would sit around and talk about.
Tree falls in the woods and you're not there.
I just think there's some reality to it.
I know you're making fun of me.
The more prepared you are, the less that there's going to be some kind of ramification or consequence to whatever does happen to you.
Shane, I've got one thing two things I can tease you about. I can kick, I can stretch, and I can kick, and the tree falling.
And the tree one, because
everything else, you are far superior in your knowledge of preps. You're far superior in your world of prep. You're more advanced. You have greater wisdom and knowledge than I do because I haven't lived as long as you have. And you're more flexible than I am. And if we did a push-up contest right now, you'd win.
I would probably win.
I'm a bigger, lesser man.
Exercising.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
But yeah, I'm grateful for you guys as well. I want to put that out there. And obviously everyone chatting in the chat right now, like it's just lit up like crazy. It's like the lights on Christmas. They're bright. Appreciate all of you guys. We got Rebecca, we got Whited, we got Utah Mike, prepared guy, but he's also in here. wearing his black hat over there. Practical Civilian. Man, I've seen Anthony. What else am I missing? Whited. Are you in there already?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah, he's there. He's there.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
he's there.
had to scroll up. But yeah, thank you everyone that's in there. Make sure you guys are dropping questions, joining in the chat as we go through tonight's episode. It's not going to be a full hour. We're trying to keep these to about 45, 50 minutes now. But yeah, man, I just appreciate the fact that we get to do this and get involved, and grateful for the people who bought shirts this week. Our new bestseller is our Apocalypse Sheepdog, Apocalyptimist Sheepdog. If you go to preppertalkradio.com,
My idea.
go check out that
Scott's
shirt.
design.
We've got a couple of Apocalyptimist t-shirts. One of them is the Sheepdog version, and one of them is the original Apocalyptimist design that I made for Shane. And wait, did I get you one of those shirts yet? Did we?
No, I just need to get one.
We need to get you one of those shirts.
I'll get one ordered.
But you can also check out, there's a link from our website to our book, The Ready Radius, that we finally published this year. That was a book we've been pushing for years to finally get done. When did we start on that?
Oh, way too long ago. It sat there for way too long.
It sat there for 3 years, but I think we worked on it for like a year and a half, and then nothing. Like a year, and then nothing, and then for like 3 months updating it, and then yeah, we got it launched. It's been awesome. The feedback's been fantastic. Go check out the Ready Radius. It's over on Amazon.
And then please hit us up with a 5-star review on it. The more reviews that a book gets, that especially 5-star reviews, the more that Amazon will actually throw that into the traffic, and the algorithm will push it out. And so maybe we'll have some people that'll get ready because of it.
Amen.
All right, where do we start on the prepping gratitude list? I can start out if you want one.
Yes.
Well, I'll start too, real fast, because I'm just grateful.
You can start, or he can start.
Well, I'm going to start.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, since technically this podcast is kind of my fault, I'm grateful to you two for being willing to let me talk you into starting this whole thing up again and rebooting it, because it's been a blast. It really has been a lot of fun. And, it started off as a passion project, and then we're like, you know what, if we were really getting the word out, we would love to be able to invest some money back into it. And so we need to make money to invest money back into it. And anyways, it's been fun. And I've watched the numbers. I can't believe how many downloads we get every month. It might be over several episodes, but it's still thousands. It puts us in the top, like 3 to 5% of podcasts worldwide, the downloads we get. And we're just three dads, 3 preppers, 3 Christian conservatives that just want to help the world get better prepared. And it's just been really cool, and to be able to make friends with some folks. And I don't know if we were going to have any in-person events in 2025, but last year we had several people come out and say hi to us at the Be Prepared Expos. It's just been rewarding. So I've been very thankful that you guys were willing to come back on and reboot this whole Prepper Talk Radio and as a podcast and get going again and start talking again. And you let me tag along.
Hey, well, you are very valuable to us, Sarah Parrish. We sure appreciate you for getting this started back up and your contributions. It wouldn't be the same. Without you.
Thanks,
Amen
bro.
to that.
So okay, so
we're going to start us.
That was an appropriate start there, Parrish. Appreciate that. No, my start was going to be much more silly. What I am grateful for this year, looking back on 24, is this has been one of the best years for handguns ever. There are so many good handguns out there. So many great brands. And the choices are incredible. There's so many different options. And I'm being goofy, but I'm also being kind of serious as well. And we talk about inflation. We talk about the price of ammo coming down recently. We're finding some good deals, and what's going to happen next year in 25 with maybe some deflation, kind of the Trump deflation thing that happened in his first term. Prepper businesses went out of business. Prices went down, whereas Obama was like the best gun salesman. Trump was the worst. Anyway, so it's just been a fantastic year for developments, and you can hardly go wrong when you're out there looking for a handgun, and really any shotguns, rifles as well, but handguns in particular. That's just kind of my focus.
If
So
you're
there's my
listening to
start.
this on the recording, you need to go hop over to our YouTube, hit like and share. But make sure you watch out for about the 11-minute mark when Shane started talking. He reminded me of a Saturday Night Live skit. Will Ferrell doing his Harry Carey skits. Do you remember those?
Yes, I'm not. I shouldn't even try that. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Your head started.
If the moon was made of cheese, would you take a bite?
If the moon was made of cheese, would you take a bite of it?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like my brother does that skit all the time, and you did that perfectly. And I'm just like, oh crap, I cannot move past this moment.
No, I love that skit.
But it has been a great year. There's been a lot of blessings. I feel, number one, thankful to God. Number two, thankful for my family. Thankful that I have the opportunity to prep. Thankful that we're all still here and that we even have the opportunity to try to do free speech here on all these different platforms and communicate with each other, as limited as that may be, as many strikes as we seem to narrowly avert, and those that we inadvertently get for lemon juice. I don't know. I still don't understand. No one's in jail right now, so there's a lot to be grateful for. But I didn't get any cool new pews this year. I got more. I think the thing that I got the most of this year in preps was more wheat. I got more wheat. I got more sugar. Here's what's funny. For my birthday, I got a pressure canner, and I haven't even used it. Isn't that sad?
Well, you sent me that thing that oh shoot, what's her name? That she was just on a couple of minutes ago. You sent me that thing how she pressure cooked a turkey from frozen to fully cooked in 90 minutes. I was like,
I know,
what?
and I'm like, I need to go buy some turkeys because the sales are starting
again.
That is Sarah Thrush, Peelies and Petals.
Oh,
go
good.
Check our website. Has a link on the resources page to go buy her book. It's fantastic. She shows you how to save $10,000 a year on food by doing your own home storage and using deals and discounts. And I've got to repent and get better at my food preservation. I buy so much that's dry pack that I don't have to worry about as much. And then I keep my 90-day pantry rolling real quick, but then we do use a lot of our good stuff from time to time. But I've got some Nesquik that's 3 years old and it tastes just as good as brand new. And we rotate, but we buy a long supply because I've got kids that won't stop drinking that crap. But it's the powder stuff and they love it. And I love it too. Awesome. It's like nostalgia, but
I've got a 29-year-old that still drinks Nesquik every day.
I'm 47 and I drink it at least once a week.
That's awesome.
Every day is a little extreme though.
So I got another good one. If you guys,
okay,
so let me keep going. Especially with the developments of this year, right? We've seen the automobile industry, what's happening there, right? You've got all kinds of recalls. Toyota's, supposed to be the best vehicle out there, and you got the engines failing and all kinds of issues. All these new cars. I am extremely thankful for Toyota's 5.7 liter V8. What an amazing engine. What an amazing vehicle that is. Right, Mike? Right? You saw Mike?
I was going to bring that up and see how you felt about it. When I started hearing about all these recalls, I was like, oh no. But yeah, it's the newer weird stuff that they're doing.
Exactly.
The legendary stuff, the 5.7 is fantastic. Right. I don't have the 5.7. I would like to get one.
You got the 4.7. I've got a 4.7 as well.
That's my next one is to go up a size with the next, because we're going to get a Sequoia for my wife. I've already got the other Sequoia for my wife, but it's also mine right now. Yeah.
These twin turbo V6 and a 4-cylinder hybrid, it makes me want to just throw up in my mouth, but that's the future. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to at some point probably give into that, but hopefully not. Hopefully I'll just keep the Tundra running. And
so
yeah, 4.7, I've got 335,000 miles on that motor.
When you have the budget, go buy another one and keep it in the garage.
No, I got the wife's Land Cruisers.
Rotate them. get double the mileage as you go. Like just take your time with it.
Have 2 of them. Yeah.
If I could go back, I would have gotten 2 4Runners, 2000 Gen 3 4Runners,
Mm-hmm.
and just babied them. If I could do it right, I'd have gone back.
And hopefully, Cody, with Trump winning, that hopefully Trump will deregulate some of the auto industry emissions and so forth, so we can go back to V8. And Grayman, you're awesome. You always step up.
Thanks,
You're
brother.
a good man. We appreciate
Grayman
it.
Actual donated $19.99. We have super thanks now. If everybody's listening on YouTube, super thanks gives you the opportunity to support the show with a donation of some kind. And Grayman Actual just donated $19.99. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Not necessary, but yeah, appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
We do this regardless.
And another thing to be thankful for. We talked about gas prices, I think in the last episode, or we already talked. It's starting to blur together, but in Utah, where we are, it's almost 50 cents down from where it was pre-election to post-election. So it's like awesome, but where am I going to go now? Because it's not summer months are over, travel's a little less, but man, family's all gathering right now. This week's a great time, everyone to get together and really hopefully mend some fences with family members who have been less wise in their voting decisions, or who are less wise in just their life decisions, and we can impart some gratitude and thanks and teach them some wisdom on prepping and why they need to before it's too late. But yeah, I'm super grateful. I'm helping my wife's company right now 6 days a week until the busy shopping season's over, but I'm having to put my work on the back burner. But one of the nice things about doing that is I actually get to talk to a lot of new people daily, and a lot of the big questions come about the podcast. And they're asking a lot of good questions on, okay, well, where do I start? What do I need to do? Why is this important to you? And they're all like baffled when they see how many downloads we have. They're like, what? People even pay attention to that?
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like,
it's crazy.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is just keep prepping. It just doesn't make sense to stop. And
yeah, I'm actually gonna quickly shout out. I'm grateful to my brother. He messaged me earlier today and asked me if I want, what I wanted for Christmas, I think. And then he's like, "It's on its way, brother. You're gonna get it." So I'm excited.
Ammo, right?
Yeah, it's close. It's I don't have it's a green dot sight for my AR. So
awesome.
Oh,
I'm excited.
Very Christmas.
I'm not supposed to know though. It's supposed to be a present, right?
He's gonna change it, and you're not gonna know what it is now.
Also, 510C, hopefully.
So, anyways, shout out to family members who know the prepping world well enough and get you squared away and hooked up.
That is rare, definitely. Right. I'm gonna get more T-shirts and socks for Christmas.
I did share it in
prepping item.
I did share it in the last episode, but one of the things that I'm grateful for is this time of year where we can get together as a family and really enjoy. My family and I were at a really neat event here locally. It's basically this beautiful garden. It's a commercial gardens that they light up all of their gardens and Christmas lights. It's called the Luminaria. It's really beautiful. It's amazing, the light work light show they put on. And my daughter and her husband are here. I had 2 daughters get married this year. Their husbands were here with them. And it's the whole crew. It's like all 5 of my kids, plus my 2 in-laws, my 2 new sons. And I was just walking with my wife, just looking at my crew, just thinking, I kind of teased her. I said, this is all our fault, right? This is, we started this and got this going. And it was just so much gratitude to have the whole crew together and family together, and just really reminded me what this is really, this whole world, the whole point. And, people say, what's the purpose of life? Well, for me, one of those purposes in life is to raise a good, productive, healthy family. And I'm feel like I'm on track for at least one of the purposes for what I feel like is one of the main purposes of life.
Amen. Okay, I was going to share this. I want to share Practical's post because you just commented on it, Shane. Things are too quiet. The commies are up to something. Keep preparing. I've got that same feeling. I've had the same thought. I'm glad you posted that. What we're hearing isn't enough about what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's something up. especially since they're all like aliens in the ocean. Oh, watch out! Right?
Yeah, they're setting something up.
They're setting something up, and I'm
Did you that new? I just texted you guys that Putin has a missile called the Satan II.
Yeah, he said that. It's been a couple of years. It's been around. Yeah.
Oh well, I guess it's just it's making it's trending again on X right now.
Wow.
So I don't know I don't know why it's trending again, but it's trending again on X. It's like when you go on X right now and look up the trending, Satan II is trending right now.
Isn't that like an underwater missile or something like that, or that can actually cause a tsunami or?
Well, this post here says that Putin prepares Satan II missiles for deployment. One must ask if he's bluffing, and is this what Biden wanted all along? That's what the tweet says. So
Putin does not bluff. He does not bluff. I don't believe.
Yeah,
that.
maybe they're moving these things again right now for some reason.
I think he's strategically showing a portion of his hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? He's like,
show of force.
All right, you don't think I have a king and 2 queens? Here we go. Here's the queen. Here's one of them. I don't know how to do Russian accent. It's horrible. Whatever. Whoever I just offended, I apologize. But he is a sharp dude. He is a scary, smart dude, and he is playing 3D chess while Biden's playing
checkers,
gin rummy. Like he's not even playing checkers.
Not even playing the same. Yeah,
he's in the wrong game, right? But I think there's a lot less being said that should be said, and a lot more being distracted than usual. I mean, another distraction going on right now is the Butterball boycott. Have you guys heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, so a PETA video from like 3 or 4 years ago just resurfaced about in one of the processing plants. There was some SAs happening to the dead turkeys, and there might be some fluids in those turkeys, and so people are now boycotting Butterball again. Over old news, a video that resurfaced. But it's like, I'm grateful for being able to buy local. I'm more aware of my food sources now than ever in my life.
Well, we have Butterball. I believe. Is it Butterball? Is it?
We have down in southern Utah. We have
down in Nephi, down in that area.
Yeah, anyway, Nephi. We have a couple different groups down there.
I think it is Butterball, but I actually just heard that they just culled over 100,000 of their birds because of bird flu. 107,000 birds just recently got culled. I'm not grateful for that. I am grateful for local food manufacturing like Butterball, which it's a Moroni feed company, something like that down there. But just thought I'd throw that out.
I thought it was Foster Farms down there that was buying all the birds. Is it Butterball still?
I'll double check here.
Because Butterball's in North Carolina, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois. Like they're more Midwest, huge. I'll have to check some of my resources, but we have a huge down in Manti, Nephi area.
Norbest.
Norbest. That's
Norbest.
Right. We're way off.
Way off. Yeah.
Samsonite. We were way
Samsonite. It was way off.
So you're saying I have a chance?
1 in a million. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, we. Oof.
A little bit of a geek is what I am.
One of the things I've been grateful for over this course of this podcast, for sure, is all the people we've met that have resources. Like I remember having AJ on who talked to us about from the farm and all the different ideas that's there. I'm grateful for our we haven't done it in a while, but my Liberty Box, to be able to have my wife and I still get the meats every month, and that range-free, hormone-free, made in America, beef is just delicious. And it's just, there's so many different connections that we've made with such good people that now I feel like if I have a concern or an issue, I know I got a couple experts at the end of a phone call that we can have, or we can even go back and look at an episode and refresh on some of the ideas and things that those experts shared with us. That's just really, besides having stuff, the next most grateful thing I'm grateful for is the skills and the knowledge that I have, because stuff can go away, but the knowledge doesn't. Well, unless you get dementia, The knowledge doesn't go away. It should just build. You should have more knowledge and more wisdom every year.
Which dementia comes from too much sugar as well as heavy metals that build up in your body.
Yep.
So yeah, grateful for organic fruit. I guess grateful for my greenhouse that I'm hopefully going to be building. Planting more in this next year. But on the kind of the same topic of technology improving our lives, we talk about all the talk about skills, which is obviously incredibly important. We talk about being either survivalist or prepper, kind of differentiates between having stuff and knowing stuff. You're a survivalist, you're more of have the skills, and you're prepper, you more have the stuff, right? So obviously there needs to be a balance between both, I think. Mm-hmm. But I guess, anyway, I'll shut up there. But I wanted to mention, technology, that's on my list. Things I'm grateful for is some of the technology not grateful for, like this piece of crap here that I am absolutely handicapped with right now, for many reasons, but also technology like this. I mean, how freaking cool is this? You can make your own chlorine right here in your hand and disinfect water. Mm-hmm. That's just one of the coolest things we've seen this year, this H2Go. And I don't mean to be plugging, and being a commercial or anything, but just some of the coolest stuff that can really make a difference. I mean, the water filters, that type of technology it's just gotten so much better over the past few years, really.
Well, it has, and the gear is better. The resources are better. I really think we're going to see that even streamline over the next 6 months to a year, with a lot of the fluff stuff disappearing even more. But yeah, I love good tools. I love having the right tool for the job, and knowing how to use it. You can save so much time using the right tool, a good quality tool, and knowing how to use it the right way. I laugh because I saw a video a long time ago, and it went viral for a while, but it was a guy using a jackhammer to break up the ground. I don't know if you guys saw this video, but the guy's lifting it up and smacking it into the ground, lifting it up, smacking, and the guy's like, "Good job. You want a break while I do some?" The guy's like, "Sure," and he goes over and turns it on. He's like, "Brrr," and the guy's like, "It has an engine in it? Like, what? It's amazing!" It's like, that's how the right tool and knowing how to use it make all the difference. It's just, I'm grateful. Like, I've got a dad who I grew up being somewhat forced into building things, right, and fixing things and learning how things work, and I am so grateful for that. Like, I've learned so much from that man, and honestly, from my mom, getting into prepping and gardening was my parents, and I miss my greenhouse. I can't wait to put up a new one, but it is fantastic to have the confidence to know, because you know how to do things because you've done them, but also to start doing more and expanding that knowledge with good books, good content. I'm just super grateful for that. And the network of people, I've got to second that, Paris. The network of people we've met through this podcast has been fantastic. We got a friend over on TikTok, Tara, who created an app called Farmish. You want to find local eggs, you want to find local chickens, you want to find local anything, that app is fantastic. It's free, and you can find just about anything.
I think it's free for now. I think she's planning on making it a cost in a minute. I heard something about that. I don't know.
Well, you can marketing costs for companies. Like, if they want to sell their products on there, they have to pay. But you can list your stuff for free right now.
That's
you can go find stuff for free. That's even better. But yeah, there's so many good people that are doing prep, and it's funny because you guys remember Jester and Safe Prep?
Yeah.
They just relaunched Doomsday. It's Doomsday Podcast. They took a hiatus for a while, but I'm just grateful that we haven't had to do that. Like, we're just keep it rolling. Let's just have some more fun. Let's just keep teaching.
We've had really good consistent schedules that allow us to do it. Other than this month, I've which was I don't know how, for like 2-3 weeks in a row, dude. I was like one family thing after the other. It's like we never have family things on Wednesday nights, and then all of a sudden this month it's like every Wednesday night there was something.
Every week you were a mail-in ballot. We didn't know which way you were going.
I know, dude. Like, and even this week was up in the air because my daughter's like, "Hey, I'm moving." I'm like, "Wait, what? I thought you were moving on Friday." She's like, "No, I want to move today. Can you come over?" So I took half a day and moved, and I barely got back in time for the recording and the live. So I was like, I'm grateful.
At the fourth week.
Yeah, I'm grateful I didn't have to go a fourth week when I was missing anything. But I think that one of the great things about prepping is that it's given me a mindset of self-reliance. And, most people, when they get started in prepping, one of the first things they think of is food storage, water storage, grab a bag, get a bag that you can grab and go. But as I've really looked at life in general, like we say the best prepper is a new mom. And it was like, you wouldn't think about that until you realize, wait a minute, no, she's got more than one or two diapers. She's always got wipes. She's always got some kind of medicine for the kid or some food for the kid in case they're stuck somewhere and they need to throw something in their mouth. It's just life in general. It's being self-reliant, not having to rely on others for your basic needs is so good. Now the thing is that if you can get a community of self-reliant people together, that you have a synergistic effect. And so I just love seeing the idea of seeing how can we use the prepper mindset into other areas of life. Like like for me, I've really seen it in finances as obviously I'm a financial coach guy, but I'm really seeing it there a lot more. And I've started, over the last couple of years, really helping people get their food storage as part of their emergency fund. But there's just so many ways to just take the prepper mindset and put it and apply it to all kinds of different areas of life. That's something that as I think you really mature in your prepperhood, if you will, in your preparerhood, as you realize how much of life really is just being ready for the next thing. And I'm studying the Stoics right now, and the Stoics, they didn't, whatever life threw at them, they were mentally and emotionally, their desire was to be ready for it and to be prepared for it, to handle it, obviously recognize if it was a surprise or not, but to handle it in a way that was self-reliant and just with some confidence. And I just really like that whole mentality and philosophy. And it's definitely a preparer's philosophy.
Yeah, very cool. Of course, I'm thinking as this is Thanksgiving, right? I'm the one who does most of the grocery shopping. So it is constantly on my mind to keep our pantry full, right? Just to keep it rotated, inventory what's in there. And so I do that every week. I try to not go more than once a week. And I am very grateful to have a full pantry shelves and to be able to have my kids over for Thanksgiving and do all the food. We're doing all the food. Mm-hmm. And so I know that just feels really good to have a full pantry and if I need something, I just walk to the pantry and like, hey, I want to make some biscuits, and I have all the ingredients. It's a really nice feeling.
Well, it's like we take that for granted so much because we do prepare so much. We're like, oh, what's for dinner? I don't know, just make something. And there are people who can't do that because they don't have. They're like, oh, we have to go to the store, or oh, we're gonna have to order out. Oh, or oh, I can't afford to go do that. Right. So as we're thinking about this too, like, okay, guys, listen, in your area, there are resources to help you get additional foods. If you don't have a pantry, check out, like we have in a lot of cities I've lived in, there's local food pantries, right? It's not the best food, but it's food, right? And go take advantage of that opportunity. If you can't afford to go buy groceries, find a local food pantry and go get some help. When you do have extra money, all it takes is an extra can a week, right? And start building up a surplus. Go buy a bag of rice. Go buy a bag of beans. If you can get some black beans or some pinto beans or some navy beans, like have those in dry form. They stay really nice and pristine for a long time. Just have them on hand and start rotating those into your diet. And man, it just makes such a difference to be able to look over and say, oh, I've got what I need. Let's just toss a few things together and I don't have to starve today, right?
Mm.
And that's why we prep. Like, I can't tell you how many times prepping has saved us from financial ruin because we haven't had to go in negative. Like we talked about the U.S. budget deficit and daily spending deficit in our last episode, but like, it's insane how much spending they have for having no money, right? And the surpluses the government has is in stockpiles of weapons and ammunitions and vaccinations and stuff that doesn't do us any good,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's stuff that does them some good, but they don't have anything for us. They're wasting all of our tax dollars. You know, I was talking to a friend this morning about how bad the Jews had it in the time Rome was in charge. Do you know how much their taxes were?
50% or more or less. I don't know. 50% is my guess.
We talk about it all the time, like how rough it was for them, how bad it was. It was a day's wages per year.
What? That's not that bad, after all. It's not as bad as it is today.
Ours is 30 to 40%.
Yeah,
per
we've got to
year.
work like 3 months just to pay your taxes.
Yeah, you got to do 3 months to pay Uncle Sam, and then the rest of the year you're earning for yourself, right? That's kind of one way to look at it. We still have it good compared to a lot of other countries right now.
On my calendar, I have May 17th as Tax Freedom Day because you have to work. All your wages up to that point have gone to taxes.
Almost 5 months.
Now the rest of the year you earn. I just put it in. I think I remember somebody saying that one year, and I just put it in on my calendar every year so that I remember.
It's more than sad.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Practical put up a good point. He's like, if you can't afford a freeze dryer, dehydrate food and vacuum seal it. Such a good thing. And you can we actually found our dehydrator at Goodwill. Works great. Guys, you can find good deals all over the place. Try to buy, if you're looking for pots and pans, get stainless steel or get your cast iron Dutch ovens. Those are also fantastic. I actually have some dehydrated pineapple I'm looking at right now across the office to my pantry portion.
That's my candy. I love that.
It goes pretty fast. I also have some freeze-dried mango over there and some freeze-dried pineapple. My freeze-dried apples they don't last. I've got some freeze-dried Granny Smiths, and that gets open quick.
I was going to say another really good place to save money is at a local farmer's market because you can barter with those guys usually. I mean, not every time, not everybody, and then you can, if you really want to kind of get back into God's money and bartering, check out Goldbacks, pick up a few and go to the local farmer's market and see if you can buy up some groceries and vegetables and stuff with that. Because you're using real gold to use as money, real money. That's real money to get your goods and services, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, and of course, that's another great topic you bring there up, Paris, is, looking at gold and silver, what they've done this year so far. I'm just going to pull up the percentages here real quick. I know we've had a bit of a pullback here lately, since the 1st of November. Here, let's see here. Let's get back here.
I was just real quick. I have the numbers. My gold has grown almost 40%. Sorry, my silver.
Your silver.
My silver has increased in January. I'm not going to tell you how many ounces I have, but it was in I've grown just under 40% from January to this year, and then my gold has grown just under 25%.
Wow.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Actually, I'm showing year to date 29.67% for gold, and so I'm definitely grateful, like you say, for God's money. Absolutely, it's real. I'll get here real quick here. But yeah, it's upwards of 40. It was like 45% earlier this year before the election. Yeah, silver was like 45, 46%.
Yeah, mine's right around.
It's closer to line 40, which is awfully nice. But, another thing that I guess I wanted to share before we end here is, you guys know I take notes like crazy. I have notebooks, and my family, my friends make fun of me because I'm always taking notes. This is in combination with other things, is my gratitude notebook, right? So
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
always trying to write things down, positive things every day. This is for all my show notes and such, and all the negative things. But this I try and really keep just for positive things that I can refer to. And I've got a stack of them over here. I mean, literally, a stack of them right here. And I keep that with me all day, every day, and use it as my gratitude notebook, among other things. But makes a difference for me.
Yeah, somebody was saying that vitamin G is the best vitamin for all kinds of health issues. And I was listening to this guy who's up on stage talking about vitamin G, and it's better than C and D and E and all these other ones.
As an
and I'm like,
AG.
yeah. And then he's like, what is vitamin G? It's gratitude. Vitamin
Okay.
gratitude is one of the best vitamins you can have for your health. And I've started to, there's a podcast clip going around on social media where Joe Rogan is talking to a lady who's mentioning about how in her book, she found that the people who focus on their problems, people who talk about their problems, end up growing those problems. Those problems magnify and they become bigger. And so I was like, you know what? I do murmur a little bit more than I should, and I complain more than I should, my wife kind of helps me keep it in check. She's like, Paris, watch out, you're complaining a little bit. I'm like, oh, dang it. So being grateful and having a gratitude journal is one thing that I started having one, and then I got out of the habit, and now I'm realizing that I need to get back into it because I've gone down the wrong direction. But being grateful especially, if you're going to be a prepper and you're going to have lights out and there's not going to be technology, you're going to need to learn how to get good at reading and writing again, because that's how we'll pass the time in a lot of ways.
So what's interesting is there was a study that was done that actually psychologically determined that gratitude and anxiety cannot exist in our brain at the same time. Like our brain can't process both at the same time, and that you will eliminate anxiety by focusing on the things to be grateful for. And the study that they did after that was that if they gave people 30 minutes a day to be grateful, to focus on what they're grateful for, their daily anxiety attacks and anxiety issues diminished. I can't remember the percentage. It was pretty profound. But why do we talk about gratitude today? Well, Thanksgiving's tomorrow, but the other part is we want you to think about gratitude on a daily basis. We want you to, as a listener, to be more mindful of not just what's going on in the world, but how you're responding to it, what you're grateful for, what you're positive about, because those things will motivate you to get things done in a good way, right? Be better prepared, be more educated, get your ham license, get your greenhouse or get your garden, get things done. Being grateful will give you more fuel to get those things done.
Absolutely.
And it'll help you just endure anything that's coming your way better than you would otherwise. It's funny because a lot of the people that I look up to the most are in rough times the happiest people. And it's because they're grateful. So when we talk about keeping the head on a swivel and not being a bobblehead, there's a lot of gratitude in that. Be grateful for what you have, take a look around, and focus on the good things that are lighting up your life, and not just the dark things that could be dragging you down.
Yeah, there was somebody that said the other day too, is like, I think about your whole life. Everybody listening right now, just take a minute and think about one of the worst things as you were going through it. It was the worst thing to that point in your life that had ever happened to you. Now, if you're going through it still, this is probably a good exercise. But if it's been years since you've gone through that, look back and be honest with yourself and think, you are who you are today because of that experience, because of that worst thing that ever happened to you. I remember some of the worst things that ever happened to me. I'm grateful for those things now. I mean, going through them, it's hard to be grateful, but looking back, I realize the lesson that I learned, the change that it caused in me, that the insight that it gave me, the way that I pivoted my life to never have to go through those things again. I'm grateful that those things happened, because now I'm either better prepared for them psychologically, physically, temporally. Like, honestly, when something bad happens to me, quote unquote bad. That's relative. It's, subjective. It's what everybody's kind of puts their label on it being bad. When something bad happens to me, I just look back and think, you know what? I've been through hard things. I've been in between a rock and a hard place before, and I made it. I'm still alive. I lived. I mean, there's some things that might be life-threatening, but most things aren't. And you might feel like they're life-threatening. You might prefer to die. And but at the same time, as I've gone through those experiences, one of the things that I feel is God speaking to me through His Holy Spirit, saying, "Paris, you've been through hard things before. You're strong enough, and you can go through this hard thing again and now." And 2024, I had probably one of the worst days of my life in 2023, and then 2024 was this mixed bag for me. I had two of my daughters get married that I love dearly, and they married great men, and it was wonderful. So I have two weddings this year, but my wife has had some significant health concerns, and that just blew us out of the water. Like I had just it was like left field, out of nowhere. And that was kind of the hardest year because of that too. But here I am. It's November. I'm 50. I'm still kicking and stretching and kicking and stretching. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm still alive. And I'm grateful that I have the strength, both emotionally, mentally, and physically, to weather the storms of life. And being in a preparedness mindset has given me not only the ability to get through it, but then looking back and retroactively thinking about how I got through it and how I could be better the next time something like this comes. Because every experience you've had will give you the readiness for the next one. And if you'll use it as a lesson, you'll be better prepared the next time, and better, the consequences will be mitigated. That's what I think anyways.
Yeah, amen to that.
Well, guys, let's wrap it up. Thank you for listening to Prepper Talk Radio. Thanks for being on the live. Those of you who've been lighting up the chat, we appreciate you. Enjoy your turkey tomorrow. And as a reminder, if you want to have every day during the apocalypse be a thankful day, make sure you head on over to survivalfrog.com and get some of those delicious meats that will last 25 years in the can. They're cooked. They're fully cooked. You don't have to reconstitute anything. They're just ready, good, and yummy to eat. So check them out. Use the code PrepperTalk10, the number 10, not spelled out, just PrepperTalk10. Save 10% on your order, plus stack up any other deals they're doing right now. And make sure you go hit up our website, preppertalkradio.com, to see all of our links, our additional resources, and join our group.
And pick up some merch
in there. And get yourself a freaking shirt today. If you order today, you'll have it by Christmas.
Woohoo!
Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for listening to Prepper Talk.
See you next week, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Take care.